Hey, hey. Who do you want, Dada or Pop?
Mama.
No, Mama. Do you want Dada or Pop?
I think. Oh.
There is no Mama. I'm so sorry. You have Dada and you have Pop.
Two choices.
No Mama.
A cry that reveals a deeper truth. Shocking footage has reportedly emerged showing two homosexual men appearing to mock their surrogate-born baby for crying mama. A claim that has been widely circulated online and has intensified calls for a ban on surrogacy. The video at the center of this controversy shows a baby born through surrogacy, crying out for his mother, only to be told that there is none. Shared as online content, the moment has drawn sharp criticism for seeming to dismiss the child's instinctive longing, revealing something far more unsettling, a denial of the most natural human bond between a child and his mother. Alongside this, reports have also emerged of another troubling case, where a surrogate pregnancy was allegedly terminated after commissioning parents discovered the child would be born with physical differences, including missing fingers. In such instances, the child risks being treated not as a person to be received, but as a product subject to expectation. A growing industry, a deeper question. In an age where technology promises to fulfill human longing, surrogacy has grown into a global multi-billion-dollar industry, often framed as a selfless gift or a triumph of science. It is increasingly promoted as a solution for infertility and evolving family structures. Yet for the Catholic faithful, such narratives demand deeper moral scrutiny. Human life is not a product to be manufactured, and the womb is not a space for rent. Rooted in the Church's enduring teaching, the position remains clear. Surrogacy is a grave violation of the dignity of the woman, the child, and the sanctity of the family. The foundation of Catholic teaching, from Donum Vitae to Dignitas Infinita. The Church's opposition is not merely policy, but theological. The 1987 instruction, Donum Vitae, teaches that a child has the right to be conceived through the personal and marital act of love. Surrogacy severs the essential link between the unitive and procreative meanings of marriage. This was reaffirmed in 2024 through Dignitas Infinita, which identifies surrogacy as a violation of human dignity and reiterates a fundamental truth. A child is always a gift, never the object of a contract. The voice of the Vicar of Christ. Pope Francis has spoken with clarity on this issue. In his 2024 address to diplomats, he stated that the practice of so-called surrogate motherhood is deplorable and represents a grave violation of the dignity of both the woman and the child. He emphasized that a child must always be regarded as a gift and never as the basis of a commercial contract. He further warned that such practices risk reducing the child to an object shaped by the desires of those with the means to procure life. Similarly, Robert Barron has emphasized that even well-intentioned surrogacy introduces a framework in which life is commissioned and delivered rather than received as a gift. The fragmentation of parenthood and the rights of the child. A central tenet of Catholic teaching is not a right to a child, but the right of the child. The Church affirms that every child has the right to be born of a mother and a father known to them and united in marriage. Surrogacy deliberately fragments this reality. A child may be connected to a genetic mother, a gestational mother, and commissioning parents. This division is not accidental, but structural, disrupting the natural unity of motherhood and the profound bond formed during pregnancy, an attachment increasingly recognized even within contemporary psychological and medical research. Cultural consequences and the question of the family. The rise of surrogacy reflects broader cultural shifts, including its use by individuals and couples, among them same-sex couples, seeking to form families through assisted means. From a Catholic perspective, this raises concerns about redefining parenthood around adult desire rather than the child's origin. When arrangements intentionally exclude either motherhood or fatherhood, the family risks becoming a structure designed by preference rather than grounded in natural complementarity. These concerns are not merely theoretical. They are increasingly reflected in real-world practices, where the logic contract can overshadow the dignity of the human person. A call to true compassion. The Church does not ignore the profound suffering of infertility, rather, it responds with compassion rooted in truth. A good intention cannot justify a morally disordered act. Authentic compassion is found in alternatives such as adoption, welcoming a child in need, rather than creating life through arrangements that separate a child from his or her mother. A gift, not a transaction. In the end, the question of surrogacy is not about what is possible, but what is right. The Catholic vision remains firmly: human life must never be reduced to a project, product, or contract. It is, and always will be, a gift, one that demands reverence, protection, and love.